Morning, everybody. So today, it's about it's about 5:37 Alaska time in the morning a.m. at the time I'm filming this video. And today I'd just like to preach a little sermon called In Defense of the Bible, where I will be defending the Bible's authenticity and where I will defend the fact that it is the living and word of the one true God. So, Charles Lawson once said that every man is religious down to his bone. And that is true, because atheism is a religion. And what do they worship? Well, they worship the devil, but they also worship man because of evolution. And this is something that I've learned over the last couple days. When you stop thinking about it as a religion versus non-religious view, start thinking about it as this religion, Christianity, versus the other religion, atheism or Scientology, whatever you want to call it, then it is a lot easier to fend off the devil's attacks when he sends thoughts of doubts into your mind. Alright, so what these atheists like to believe is that in the beginning there was no God and the universe just exploded into existence. Well, chaos cannot come from order unless somebody puts it there. So that's disproven. They're also claiming, oh, well, two atoms were floating around. Which is almost as stupid as the other one, because, who created those atoms? Well, two other atoms, bam! And then they made the two atoms. Bam! That created everything. And then here comes the evolutionists. They like to claim, oh, the Earth is billions and billions and billions and billions of years old, and we evolved from monkeys, that evolved from rats, that evolved from lizards. They worship man. And so, I just have to say, evolution is one of the stupidest ideas that has ever come to this planet. I was almost going to say that has ever graced this planet, but that would be terribly inaccurate. So we have the Earth, which is just floating around in space, and then out of nowhere, a single-celled organism comes out of nowhere, and when you ask them, where'd this single cell come from? Well, and then you tell them that a single cell is one of the most complex things on this planet. And the fact that it just came into existence out of nowhere, that alone is a good enough argument. And then they're going to be like, well, we can create single-celled organisms in laboratories, so it's not that hard. Yeah, but there were no laboratories back then, so how did it get created? And then this single-celled organism somehow learns how to move itself, to split itself up, right? And as it does that, it begins to change and change and change until we eventually get a fish. And somehow the fish learns how to grow legs, and this creature can evolve something that had never existed before. How'd the DNA know what a leg was? They're claiming that, oh, it's all in the DNA. Well, how did the DNA know what a leg was? And the eye, how we can see. The eye is one of the most complex things on this planet too, like a cell. Then they're like, oh, we can create eyes in a laboratory. And at that point, you just slap them across the face because they're clearly mentally disabled. And so somehow the fish learns how to grow legs, somehow learns to crawl on land. And the fish dies because it can't breathe air. Then somehow they learn how to breathe air because the DNA knows that they're going to need to breathe air somehow. And they somehow get to breathe air without dying. And they somehow get on land. And then they become lizards. And then they turn into rats, who turn into cats, turn into monkeys, who turn into people in their religion. The religion of man worship. So, that is one of the stupidest things that I have ever heard of. And the reason they like to do this to attack the Bible is I heard somebody say, and I can't remember who it was, you disprove Genesis, you disprove the entire Bible. Obviously, you can't disprove it because it's real. And then they're going to be like, well, evolution takes a long, long, long time. It takes so long. It took 1 billion years for the fish to turn into a lizard. It took that long. And then you tell them that that's impossible because the Earth hasn't been around for like 4 billion years like they're telling people. And then that's when they hit you with the, well, actually, from dating uranium in these rocks in the Grand Canyon, we can tell based on this carbon dating that it takes 4 billion years for half an ounce of uranium to disappear. And this rock has half an ounce of uranium. That means it's been here for 4 billion years. That means the Earth has to be at least that old. And then you hit, and then that's assuming that the breakdown speed of elements has been the same all throughout time. And then, now, I'm someone that believes that half-life stuff because they've done the math. They can figure out that at least right now, for the time being, the uranium thing has a half-life, which is what it's called, about 4 billion years. And that does not prove that the Earth has been here for 4 billion years, because the breakdown speed could have been a lot faster in the past. Or, God, ooh, buzzword, could have put it there with that much uranium in it. And, but that really isn't the argument that you want to go for. So, what you really want to do is you want to go in this grand scheme of things, the grand scheme idea. So the universe was created by nothing, and somehow a single-cell organism comes into existence. We still have no idea, and then it learns how to turn into a fish, and then a lizard, then a rat, and then a cat, and then a monkey, and then a person. Evolution really is one of the stupidest ideas that has ever come to this planet. And then they'll like to say, well, Charles Darwin was a Christian. And no. Well, you can be a Christian and believe evolution, Well, let's find out. if you flip open your Bible, your King James Bible, of course, you flip to this lovely book that they don't like called Genesis, chapter 1, and verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. It didn't say he created a single-celled organism that learned to evolve into a fish. Now, if I could find the Genesis 1:26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. It didn't say, let us create a single-cell organism in our own image, and let them evolve to have dominion over the fish that they once were related to, and the birds of the sea which they were once related to. And then they're like, whoa, because quite frankly, if you discount any part of the Bible, then you're not a Christian. So these people that like to say, well, you can believe the Bible and believe in evolution too. They're just wrong because they discount that part of the Bible. And it's written in many places that you shall not take parts out of the Bible, basically. And, but I really get where these people are coming from, because they realize how stupid their idea of evolution is. So they have to believe in some sort of deity for evolution to be possible, because that's really the only reason where evolution is possible, is if there was some sort of God. And that just shows how stupid their idea is. And then they're like, the fish didn't need to learn how to grow legs. It just grew legs. At least I don't believe in Sky Daddy. And then, I mean, it's just one of the stupidest ideas known to man. And then they're like, we have DNA evidence that we are related to monkeys. And then well, my truck is made of metal, and my key ring is made of metal. Does that mean both of them evolved from a tin can? No. And then they hit you with the, well, guess what? We have fossil evidence. See these fossils? They kind of look like us. So that means 1.4 billion years ago, we were monkeys. And I mean, I don't know how they defend this stuff. I don't know how they say this stuff with a straight face. Now, I'm not denying that these fossils that they're finding were real people or real animals back then, because there's fossils of them. And you see, I am taking the common sense route. I'm taking what most people would do. They see a fossil of something that kind of looks like us and may have had fur. Oh well, it's a different kind of monkey that kind of looked like us. But no, these people, they're, it kind of looks like us. So, that means that it's our great 27 greats later, great grandparent. Because it kind of looks like us. And it has the DNA. maybe the god they worship is DNA, which also ties back to just them worshiping man, worshiping the creation, not the creator. So anyways, just a quick recap. How does the fish know how to grow legs? How does a single-cell organism come out of nowhere? How does order come from chaos with no God? And some of these people are going to say, well, I believe in God. I believe in theistic evolution. Then you just discount them because, quite frankly, I'm going to have to do another video, possibly, about disproving the, quote, theistic evolutionists. But, what was I going to say? Order cannot come from chaos unless somebody put it there. But somehow the universe came from nothing and there was no God. Well, I believe in theistic evolution. Really, there's nothing you can say to those people. The theistic evolution people, they're all theistic because, evolutionism is a religion. But these people, they're deists, I'll call them, that believe that there was a God that inspired evolution. Well, there was a God that inspired the idea of evolution, and his name is Lucifer, Beelzebub, the prince of demons. But there's really nothing you could say to these people because they're just idiots or Catholics. So, if there's anything you should take away from this video, it's that when you stop thinking about it as a religion versus non-religion science battle and start thinking about it as a religion, Christianity, versus another religion, Scientology, it gets a lot easier to protect yourself when the devil comes and he sneaks up on you. Because the devil will get you. The devil will get you in a good mood. Well, he won't make you in a good mood. He will get you when you are in a good mood, and that's something that I've learned personally. And that's going to be all for this video. I have no idea when it's going to be uploaded. It is 5:56 a.m. at the time of this video's filming. Probably just going to upload it right now after I'm done, which means it'll probably take like 3 effing hours because YouTube is slow. That's going to be all for this video. Bye-bye.